As I said in my last video, ladies and gentlemen, Elon Musk and this lawsuit against Disney with Gina Carano is going to be the lawsuit that is heard all around the world. And now apparently Elon Musk, after announcing that, well, after Gina Carano announced that lawsuit, Elon Musk has now gone full scorched earth on Disney on Twitter.
Go yourself.
So apparently we have this article here from Fandom Pulse with a headline that reads, Elon Musk declares all-out war on Disney, calling the company institutionalized racism and sexism. Dude, I am here for this. I am here for the drama between Elon Musk and Bob Iger. These two men who are both very wealthy men, although one of them is supremely wealthy over the other, still, they're both wealthy men, and we are seeing the chess moves being made right now. We are seeing an all-out war between these two guys that absolutely can't stand each other. I really truly believe that they cannot stand each other. The fact that Elon Musk tries to take any little dig he can during an interview against Bob Iger is fucking hilarious to me. So let's get into this article, guys, from Fandom Pulse. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Like the video to push us out into the YouTube algorithm. We're almost at 30K subs, guys. Let's do our best to try to get there as fast as possible. After purchasing Twitter, now named X, last year, Elon Musk offered to help fund any lawsuits for people terminated over their free speech. And as reported yesterday, Gina Carano has announced her lawsuit against Disney after her wrongful termination in 2020 with the financial backing of Elon Musk. However, Musk is not stopping with just Carano. Let's fucking go, man. I'm so excited. Even Roseanne is jumping in on this. Remember what happened to Roseanne? I never even did a video, I think anyway, I don't remember. I never did a video, I believe, on Roseanne, and I should have, because what happened to Roseanne is ridiculous as well. When they were coming after everybody, when cancel culture actually had that little bit of power that allowed them to take down so many people a few years ago, they took down Roseanne as well, and she lost damn near everything, and she was at the top in terms of comedy, in terms of sitcoms. She was still pretty damn relevant, and they took her down, and she's doing great. All these people that they canceled, or they supposedly canceled, they're all doing perfectly fine. Every single one of them are doing great. Nobody's having a tough time, really, from what I can see. They may not be doing what they were doing beforehand, but they're still pretty wealthy. They're still okay. Like, nobody's really affecting them in any way. If anything, it just made their voices bigger. It says, after Musk offered to help anyone join the lawsuit, Roseanne Barr also made herself known, but it would be later in the day that Musk would start to post Disney's mandated inclusion standards, claiming to have received them anonymously. Now, I saw this, okay, and I posted this on Twitter, X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I posted this whole thing, inclusion standards. I don't know if this is real, okay? I'm going to say it's real because it damn near looks like something would come out from Disney, and I would not be shocked if it is. They might deny it. I don't think they have denied it at this point, but we've seen similar DEI requirements from Disney before, so I would not be surprised if this is real. Now, here's the funny thing. I think it's hilarious that people at Disney, right, when they were doing Echo, for example, one of the people at Echo were like, I know a lot of people think we're checking boxes and stuff like that, but we just happen to be writing a good story that happens to be overly diverse. That's what we're doing. We're not checking boxes. We don't have checkbox requirements or standards or mandates. That's not what we do here. Look at this shit. This is literally checkboxing to the max. All I see is a bunch of 50% everywhere. 50% everywhere. That means that they need 50% representation from underrepresented groups, minorities, or whatever the case may be, in 3 different categories. Standard A, on-screen representation, which requires at least 3 of the 5 areas need to be filled to fulfill Standard A. Standard B, creative leadership. At least 3 of the following 6 areas need to be filled to fulfill Standard B. Standard C, below the line, at least 2 of the 5 need to be met. Standard D, etc., etc., etc. You guys get the fucking point. But all it says is that characters, actors, secondary characters, series premise, episodic storytelling, everything has to be 50%, and it has to be considered meaningful inclusion, whatever the fuck that is. It has to be considered meaningful inclusion in order for it to count. So really, it says 50% or more, but you all know that they're going to go for more than that. And it's the same thing here with every other position within Disney. So yes, Disney does in fact have a massive amount of checkbox hiring, and this is why so many people are getting into roles at Disney that are either not ready for them or they just flat out aren't good for them. They don't care though. They need to hit these particular goals because that's how they're going to maximize their funding with ESG. It says the image Musk posted to X demands that every single role and field be filled with at least 50% of people from underrepresented groups. It also says at the bottom that those hiring cannot ask whether a person does or does not belong to one. While there are some loopholes when it comes to hiring actors based on their appearances, it is still illegal to hire people based solely on their race or sex, which seems to be exactly what Disney is pushing for their inclusion standards. 100%. And we've been saying this all the time. What they're doing is illegal. The thing is, our justice system is heavily leaning towards progressives. That's just how it is, especially since in this state, which I'm assuming is California, this state, all these big city states, they don't give a fuck. They don't care. They make their own rules at this point. It says Musk will then go on to offer legal representation to anyone who believes that they were discriminated against by Disney or any of its subsidiaries. It's no secret that in the past few years, Disney has been facing financial burdens with multiple box office flops. So having Musk launch off a lawsuit after lawsuit now could financially cripple Disney as people begin to lose faith in the publicly traded company. I don't think it's going to financially cripple them. I'm sure they have budgets for all these lawsuits and whatnot, and I'm sure they're going to try to go to a payout before actually going into court, because at the end of the day, it's Disney, right? They're not going to want their image to be tarnished. I think they care more about their image than anything else in the world. Their image is everything to them. Why do you think they focus so hard on DEI? Why do you think they focus so hard on all this fake representation in their media, their movies, their TV shows? They do this because their image is everything. It's very important to them. So as long as their image is protected, they'll pay anything to protect it. It says, while it's impossible to say whether or not Musk's motivations are completely altruistic, he doesn't seem to be shying away from the calls for him to purchase Disney either. Now, I did see this video going around on Twitter with Elon Musk, basically kind of hinting or pretending that he's going to basically buy Disney because he's hanging out with Nelson Peltz, who is a massive shareholder in Disney. Massive, okay? We're talking, I think, billions of dollars at this point. I don't think Elon Musk is going to buy Disney, nor do I think Elon Musk should buy Disney, right? Because it becomes a certain point when does one man have way too much power, right? Can you imagine Elon Musk, who's currently in charge of Twitter, who owns Twitter, who basically owns the entire social space online and is the town hall of social media? Can you imagine him also owning Disney, one of the biggest entertainment sectors in the entire United States, if not the world? I just think it's too much for one dude. I really do. I think it's too much power for one man, and I don't think he has the kind of money to do so, no matter how rich he is. Twitter took a lot of his money, a lot, and he lost a lot of shares in Tesla, all that stuff. Like, it was crazy how much it took to actually buy Twitter. Now you're talking about Disney, which I believe is worth way more than Twitter. I just don't see it happening, okay? No matter how bad some people want it to happen, I don't see it happening at all. It says, while that appears to be a pipe dream, given Musk lacks the hard cash to actually do something so brazen, he was seen recently hanging out with Nelson Peltz, and people are already speculating if the two may join forces in an attempt to become majority shareholders at Disney. Now that could probably happen. He could probably, instead of him doing it himself, he could try to subvert Disney by doing it through someone else, right? Peltz might have so much money and so much shareholder within Disney that all it takes is a little bit more to become majority shareholder, and before you know it, you got a lot of influence at Disney for people who don't want you to have that influence. That might probably happen. Who really knows? But if he's hanging out with Peltz, there's got to be a reason, especially if he's purposely showing off that he's hanging out with Nelson Peltz. He wants Bob Iger to see this. He wants Disney to see all of this. So I would not be shocked if Elon Musk is trying to make certain moves, but I just love the fact that he's going all out scorched earth against Disney, and there's no other company on this planet that deserves it more than Disney. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.
Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob.